gotta do is just speak. One word is enough.
Recording in progress.
And I'm no longer sorrow. I forget what I was trying to say. I no longer do what I was gonna do, but you knew good for me. That's why me know what set me if it could flee. Me I fi take away me say. Me I fi take away me say. Me I fi hide like a thief in the night. Me I fi get out of sight. Me I fi take away me say. I fi take away me self. I have to utilize I weeds. Surely I cleave your eyes. I said, yeah, I find you very hard to resist. With this relationship I'm gonna desist. But how can I face you when all I wanna do is just taste you? I know you think I play me, but soon you're gonna see the light of day. Just relax, don't move an inch. I'll be gone in a pinch. May I feel take away myself. May I feel take away myself. May I feel hide like a thief in the night. May I feel get out of sight. May I feel take away myself. Take away myself. I have to utilize.
Greetings, kings and queens. Welcome to another Real Stuff podcast. Today is Friday, and most people would say, thank God it's Friday. I say, thank God it's another day. Today we have with us none other than Dr. Anita Caprice, and she will be doing the Poetry Corner this morning. So stick and stay, don't go nowhere. Let me go grab my co-host, and we'll be right back.
Sayonara, the hot girl gone through the door. Take away ourselves. Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Say no goodbye, girl, let me take me ourselves. Yeah, take me ourselves. No goodbye, girl, let me take me
Dipping into my mind is like going through my purse. Should you accept my universe? Let me say this first. Dipping into my mind is like going through my purse. Now there's nothing in there I wanna hide, and you can bet your bottom dollar there ain't nothing in there that's gonna hurt. Now, there are places and spaces filled.
Top of the morning, Flavius. Top of the morning.
Morning, sir. How are you doing?
I'm good. I have with us this morning, we have our doctor is here with us. Our guest, a matter of fact.
Okay, wonderful.
Top of the morning, Anita. Top of the morning. How are you doing? Well, let me unmute your mic. All right.
Top of the morning to you.
Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
I'm
So Flavia,
excited to be here.
I'm glad you're here. Hold on 1 minute.
Thank you.
So Flavius, what's happening in your neck of the woods this morning?
Not much. Nothing has changed now. You know, it's a little bleaky, but you know the sun is It's there, you know.
The sun is shining. The weather is good.
Oh yeah.
All
Oh
right,
yeah.
that's all I want to know. Make you want to move your dancing feet, huh?
Oh yeah.
All right, all right. We do this morning. We don't have Max on it with us this morning, nor Francine as yet.
Okay.
So we're gonna chit chat a little bit until I know Maxine is off this morning. Max wanted is off this morning, and Francine she's gonna be joining us a little bit later. Mm-hmm.
About Courtney.
Courtney, I haven't seen Courtney yet, so we're just gonna. The track I was playing earlier was a track from Anita. I'm just gonna make it
It's lovely.
I'm just gonna make it semi-formal this morning. I'm gonna call it Anita. I'm not gonna put on the title as doctor this morning. Just Anita. Okay.
There we go. I like that. Yeah. Thank you.
So I'm gonna give our viewers another piece of that track, and then we might, we're gonna start our session. So if you don't mind, Mr. Music, could you please play?
Dipping into my mind is like going through my purse. Should you accept my universe? Let me say this first. Dipping into my mind is like going through my purse. Now there's nothing in there I wanna hide, and you can bet your bottom dollar there ain't nothing in there that's gonna hurt. Now, there are places and spaces filled to the brim. There is no drama. Now, let me say this. I do carry an array of colors to place on my lips. And there's a pack or two of sweetness that's gone straight to my hips. I have books, paper, pens, and key rings, family pictures, phone numbers, grandbabies, toys, and things. I have books, paper, pens, and key rings, vitamins for health, and a space for wealth. Ooh, I got a lot going on inside, and I keep it all organized. A compartment known only to a few. Yeah, God's will, I'll share it with you. So before you leap, think, cause I got a lot going on inside. And I keep it all organized. Yeah. Should you accept my universe? Let me say this first. Dipping into my mind is like going through my purse. Dipping into my mind is like going through my purse. So think before you leap, cause dipping into my mind is like going through my purse. You might find you don't have enough for me. But be sure, it ain't nothing personal.
Anita is a mom of beautiful twin daughters, 2 beautiful sons-in-law, and a grandmom to precious 5. Founder of the TAPN2U Movement, Anita is a thought leader, international spoken word poet, author, speaker, and Michigan unemployment appeals advocate. Anita holds a doctorate in metaphysical science, is credentialed in massage therapy, aromatherapy, skincare alchemy, and herbalism. She is certified as a meditation practitioner, a teacher, transformation life coach, and attuned as a Usui Reiki master. The Real Stuff podcast welcome Dr. Anita Caprice.
Okay. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Okay, first let me introduce you to my co-host, Flavius, who is all the way in St. Mary, Jamaica. And I have, are you there, Flavius? And Francine, all the way.
Morning.
Also in Jamaica. She's in Kingston, Jamaica.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi.
Hi, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much.
You look happy. You look happy to be here.
Yeah, thanks for joining us this morning. We're gonna dive right into it because I'm not gonna wait for no one else because we have you. You're our guest, so that's all we want.
Thank you.
So I know we know that you're a doctor, so we're gonna move the doctor out of the way this morning because you're here this morning as a poet.
Yes.
Yeah, as a poet. So I'm gonna dive. There's one thing I want to ask you about, and that TAPN2U movement that you have.
Yes.
I want to know more about it. So can I start here, if I may? I'd like to start here first. So tell us about it. Tell us a little about it.
I sure will. First of all, the doctor is all about the TAPN2U. I'm a doctor of metaphysics.
Okay.
So metaphysics is going deeper within, understanding our relationship with the cosmos, with nature, and with each other.
Yes.
So the TAPN2U movement, that's what the TAPN2U movement is about. It's all about tapping into ourselves, tapping into the little one within us, tapping into that soul. And I'm an energy gal. I believe in helping people attune with the universe and the universe on the inside of us and the universe that is on the outside of us and how we're connected. And that's how that doctor thing gets all together. So it's not like a doctor with the pinkies or anything like that. It's all about the TAPN2U movement because I left 19 years employment so that I could experience my relationship with it all, with the universe. Okay. And the reason why I thought I was doing that so that I could understand my relationship as far as the TAPN2U, but the experience, I'm a marvelously mature and seasoned individual. And that's what that before you dip, be sure is all about. So what I learned in the interim on my journey is that I needed to do that so I can actually experience the goodness and fullness and learning how to resonate with that higher vibration and share with others how to tap into you and reach into that gift that we were given the first, we were first brought here. So the TAPN2U is trusting you inside of you, acknowledging the presence inside of you, recognizing the power that's inside of you, nurturing and nourishing your intuition. That too equals peace and prosperity, equals understanding and knowledge. And then that you is uniting your heart's desire, our personal visualization with our soul urge, the vision of God. And that's because it's TAPN, the number 2U movement. And it's all about the movement of let's embrace and engage and entertain the beautiful thoughts of others. But more importantly, let's take that time to get to know and embrace, engage, and entertain the beautiful thoughts of our own, which is on the inside.
True. And you're an herbalist as well. You're an herbalist as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, Francine.
Hi.
Hi. I was just commending you on how you gesticulate. I love how you when you're talking, you're like, girl, you better get it right because when I tap into the inner, it's gonna be crazy up in here. I love that. I love that. And guess what? I can see that you enjoy what you do. And there are times when that inner peace has so much to share. It's just that we are so caught up in the professional world that we don't get a chance to really appreciate what is on the inside. But as soon as we're allowed that opportunity to tap into our inner being, then the original part of it comes right out. And I tell you this, and if you agree with me, then just do that little movement I see you doing. You know, I honestly believe that a lot of us as females, we have that special part on the inside, and we cover it up so many times that we don't allow ourselves to put it forward. So I see a lot of that coming out. So I can watch you all morning doing this.
Oh. Bless your heart. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. You know, my life has taught me, and a lot of my message is for the fabulous 50 plus, because as an experience and life, you know, it's like it's never too late to even get to know what your gift is, you know what I mean? And it's never too late to get to grow it. And one thing that I've learned throughout my journey is years ago, as a younger adult, or even as a teen, I used to look at life through rose-colored glasses, and people used to tease me about. They said, "Girl, you're gullible. You look at life through rose-colored glasses." I didn't recognize it then, sis. But then I started letting my sphere of influence me. So I said, well, maybe they're right. Maybe I need to look at more realistic. Maybe I need to look at, how the world really is. Well, as I'm 64, I'll be 65 in a couple of months. And I, I'm just embracing this new life, because I have realized, universe had taught me, what I knew back then, I had that right. I had it going on. So my prayer right now is, let me get back to looking at life through rose-colored glasses, because back then opportunity came to me. When I started getting realistic and looking at it like the world's supposed to do it, I had to start reaching and searching for my opportunity. I had to start sweating and blood sweating and tearing, reaching for stuff. Ever since I started saying, Lord, I said, let me get back, female, masculine, whatever you want to call it, universe, whatever. I said, let me get back into looking at life through rose-colored glasses, because I had something going on. And ever since then, flipping that script, opportunities come. Because when we get to the point, and I don't mean looking at life through rose-colored glasses, like everything is so peachy keen and everything like that. No, that's not it at all. Looking at life through rose-colored glasses and saying, I know when I reach lessons, I know when obstacles come to me and challenges come to me, that only means that my soul is saying, hey, it's ready for you to elevate. It's ready. This is an opportunity for you to move on to the next step. So we still, just like thorns, just like the prickles on a thorn on a rose, there's a reason why those thorns are there. And there's a reason why these lessons are there. And looking at life through those I call it heart chakra, because our heart chakra is pink and green. So that pink rose, I look at it like looking at life through our heart center above our head center, and let our heart rule and let that head follow.
So true.
That's
so
right.
true. So true.
You don't look anywhere near 64, though. I must tell you that. So thumbs up.
Oh,
keep it up. Keep up that good look. Yes. And we could also look at it in a different manner with the thorns. It's like a protective shield against whatever is coming to damage or destroy. So there are times when we ourselves put those thorns up, whatever the thorns are, they are out there. And it's all in protecting ourselves. Good lesson. Thank you.
Absolutely. And thank you for that wonderful compliment. I always say, my mom and dad with the genes. However, my thing is, we're as young as we feel, and I have no issues, and I'll let everybody know in a minute. I'll tap into my little one in a minute. I don't have no issues being girly, giggling and jumping up and down and screaming and hollering, because I love the little girl in me. You know what I mean? I love tapping into her, and we just have some fun. We have loads and loads of fun.
Some fun. That's right. Get it on. Franco at this time. Where is Franco?
Franco is here, man. Franco is here. Franco is here. Just grabbing some tea. You know, making sure I have my liquid with me, so I don't get choked up.
all mushing. He's gone for tea, you know.
Oh no.
He's going for tea.
Nothing
so
like
what
that.
are some? Okay, so you're a poet. All right. You enjoy writing. Do you enjoy writing, or do you enjoy? Which do you prefer? To present it or to write it? Which one are you? You love both?
I love both. I've been writing poetry since a little girl, and I love spoken word. And now I'm also teaching myself the keyboard because I want to put music behind my poet. And I call them poetic affirmations because a lot of my poetry is not, the standard in the lines, the following the rule. Because my poetry is more, I just want to touch you. I want to touch whatever the message, I want the message to tap into you. So it may be grammatically incorrect. I don't even care about that. So I call it, instead of poetry, I say, okay, let me just go with poetic affirmations. But yeah, right now, I'm teaching myself keyboards. I have a keyboard, rolling keyboard, synthesizer. So I'm creating music to go with my poetic affirmations that came when I went to the studio. The wonderful musician who created the music to Before You Dip, Be Sure, that brother's awesome. And when I was in that studio, I just kept saying, I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to create my music. So, I bought myself a Roland. I took a couple of classes online here and there. And now, because I'm getting ready for a summer.
You kept going and going and going.
Yeah. So I love it all. I don't know. I don't know if I have one more than I love the other, because I just love it all. But I'm
gonna put you on spot. No, I'm gonna put you on spot. I did a program once. It was called Jazz and the Spoken Word, right? Uh-huh. It was beautiful, excellent. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna ask you. I'm putting you on. I want you to give me one of the more that classic type poems that you have written.
Okay. Oh, you want me to do one a classic type? Let me see. Just you want me? You want me to? I'm sorry, we're breaking up
right now, as if you are on stage.
Oh, you want me to do one as if I'm on stage now? In and out.
Right now.
Okay, yeah, I do have some pieces. Okay,
go ahead. And I want it with expressions and all. I want the full package.
Okay, all right. Okay, this one is called We Do, We Are. Okay, all right.
Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
We do what we are. There are those willing to ride the tide of the wave, to walk barefoot across the heat of the cold, to reach the urge within their Akashic soul, to dream a dreamingly impossible, to thrive and touch the stars, striving and floating on that magic dream ride across the clouds and the sky, to strive and float on that magic dream ride, that magic dream, daring to be different, not to be different, no, not to be different, simply just wanting to acquiesce and caress their own sun, star, moon inside. We do what we are. There are those willing to ride the tide, to dream a seemingly impossible, to strive and touch the stars, to thrive and float on that magic carpet ride across the clouds in the sky. Jewels, glistening jewels paving the path, shimmering reflections, that's the gift of the intrinsic energy responding to the gentle whisper, just be, just be. Harmonic resonance of spirit, soul, heart, and mind, a symphony, the musical body of angelic rhyme, a symphony, the music, an angel's melody of the little one inside. There are those daring to be different, not to be different, just wanting to acquiesce their own universe inside. Precious gems paving the path, reflecting intrinsic energy, responding to that universal call. Just be. Just be. We come bearing gifts to share the gift we bear. Are you willing to ride the tide? To walk bare feet across the heat of the cold, to reach within the urge of your Akashic soul? We do what we are, outlining the promise within, so beautiful, outlining the promise within the soul beautiful you. So come on, dare to be different and ride that tide, walk across the heat of that cold. Be daring to touch into the universe as you walk this earth. And that's called Y-O-U. Thank you.
All right.
That's called Y-O-U.
You.
Beautiful.
Your own universe.
I was waiting for that hand clapping.
Huh?
I was waiting for it. I was waiting to hear it.
It did. Apparently you're having issues this morning with your connection. It did. It did. Yeah, I did drop it.
Thank you.
So, Anita, my question to you this morning is this. Since you've been writing, as Francine was asking, writing and doing poetry, I know has it become, what you call it, the soothing for your soul as well? Because
yes, it is.
Yeah, because I'm not really that big into poetry, but I'm trying to appreciate it each week as I go along on the show. And each week we get a different poet, different things, because my opinion is the poets are the ones who now should be coming out and speaking for the people in this time. Because most of these artists, they're not singing the songs that we grew up on no more, that really talk for us or talk to us. So now it's the poet. Do you see yourself as somebody who is involved in a movement? Do you see yourself as somebody who can really carry the baton?
Absolutely. That is the TAPN2U movement, my brother.
Okay.
That is the tap into. See, it doesn't matter the format or the venue. Mm-hmm. It's that the TAPN2U. It's journeying with each other, going deeper. That's what I mean as far as metaphysics. Metaphysics, it's going deeper than what our eyes can see. Mm-hmm. And those are my messages. It's going deeper, whether it's writing poetry. It's just, that's the gift that the creator gave me. Mm-hmm. So we all have our gifts. We're all anointed, if you will, or we all come here bearing only that unique thing that we can do. And not everyone is going to resonate with it. You know what I mean? Because it's just like any product or a service that you're offering, you're not going to appeal to everyone because everyone is not walking that path. That's okay. That's the beauty of the world. You know what I mean? But yeah, the message is the it. How the message is delivered that's how I do it, by spoken word artistry and then writing poetry. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like yours is, here you're hosting this fabulous podcast. Mm-hmm. You see what I mean? Yeah. And your message, like what you're sharing with me, like your message, you may not be too much into poetry. However, you have a poetry corner. So mm-hmm. That's saying, hey, this brother's saying, okay, I'm open. I'm open because there's more things in life. There's more things like so beautiful Francine was saying, beyond the success of careers and different things like that. Mm-hmm. Once we reach that state of happiness and enlightenment, we're already there. I mean, it does whatever the success or the career is, that is so secondary because it's extrinsic. And that's the tap into you message. It's like, let's, embrace the extrinsic data. You know what I mean? But come on, let's tap into the intrinsic. Start getting to trust and know who you are. That original make, because a lot of things that we see and talk and share, we're merely regurgitating someone else's thought of some book we read. True. It takes that. It comes time where a person have to say, you know what, I got to put the book, and I do. I'll put the books down. So you know what, because I'm a reader, I love to read, but there are times I say, I got to put these books down. I got to close myself out because I need to stay in touch with my original thought, my creativity. You know what I mean? And that's so very important.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
But I can go on and on and on.
No, it's your morning. Today's your morning. It's your morning because you're
doing a fantastic job.
Yeah.
And it was just this morning I was talking to a friend and I was saying to him, there are so many times that so many talented persons are there, they're out there, but they're wasted because there's not enough persons to pull them out. And it's so funny that a lot of persons who are professionals, they are talented, but they just don't know it. And even if they know it, they are not using it as often as they should have. And all that talent goes to waste. And you'd be surprised to know that if somebody just pull them out of their little corner or pull them out of the shell, you'd be surprised to see how effective they can be.
Absolutely.
So you're doing a good job. You're doing an excellent job.
Oh, bless your heart. Thank you so much. One thing, I did 20 years with corrections, and my last 4 years was spent in the correctional facility. And I would talk with the brothers there, the inmates, and there was one, no matter what crime they did, there was one thread. And these brothers were, oh my God, talk about talent. Talk about talent, sis. Talk about talent, brother. And I would ask him, I said, your talent is just remarkable. And every single last one of them, the common thread was that I didn't know what I had until I was forced to sit still in that cell, and I had to go inside me. That was deep for me.
Yeah. Some deep words.
That was absolutely deep for me.
Some people have to wait till they're cornered before that you can see the true talent, the true character, the person. They are cornered,
but that's a lot of us. I mean, I've been writing poetry, all my life, but Lord, I done sold Mary Kay, I done did this, I done did that, I done did this. I did so many different things because I did not take the time to actually sit. Number one, I didn't take the time to sit because I didn't want to hear my own thoughts because I wasn't too crazy about me at one time. So I justified why I needed to move about and be active and do all this kind of stuff. It wasn't until I was ready to say, hey, you know what, you got it going on, sis. You got some love in you that you can reach into and love on you. But I had to go through these channels, diabetes and getting rid of that and all that kind of stuff. So I agree. What those brothers taught me, and I think that was the beginning, I didn't know it, that was the beginning of the TAPN2U movement, because it wasn't that they were imprisoned. What they shared with me is that you gotta be still. No matter if you're in your chair, in your home, in your car, in a park, you got to get to a point where you be still and still that mind and say, okay, what is it that I already know that I got to bring up? Not that I got to bring in, but what I got to bring up.
Oh, okay. When working in the system is for 19 years, and now looking back at it, are there any poetry that you have written pertaining to the system? Any poems you have written pertaining to the system?
There, not pertaining to like the system. I've written poems like pertaining to how to be empty. Like I have one called Emptied. It's just a matter of like it's about when you're trying to figure out what's going on and you're confused and all that. What's going on is that you're being emptied. So my pieces, I guess the pieces it doesn't like I say, okay, here's a piece about someone in prison. or here's a piece about someone
about the system itself.
About the system itself, no, because that's not my writing.
Okay.
My writing is all about helping people tap into themselves. That's my love.
True.
Yeah.
I mentioned it that you're an herbalist, right? You're a herbalist.
I practice. Yes, I practice it as far as like learning the herbs according to a person's blood type. So that I can share with them what herbs will provide medicine with their blood. Because as a massage therapist, I learned that, our blood nourishes our vital organs. And if we're not feeding our blood right, then the nourishment that our blood is providing to our vital organs is going to be polluted because our blood is polluted.
It is a known, I wouldn't say it's a known fact, but it's known in the medical field that black people are prone with hypertension, right? What are some of the herbs that you see we are not using that we should use more frequently that could help, with our blood system?
It is. One is burdock root, but but even with that, like even as a skincare alchemist, a lot of times people say, it's all natural, it's all natural, it's all natural. I said, yeah, that's correct. I said, poison ivy is all natural too. However, that's contraindicated for you. Like burdock root, it's good for high blood pressure, but it's too strong for me. It gives me a headache.
Okay.
So that's why I said when I'm sharing with people like what type of herb, I go into their history, what medicines they're taking, what's their blood type, what type of illness or dis-ease or disorder that they may have. And I don't dabble in it real heavy because it's more of like an ancillary. And the reason why I really got into herbalism because I wanted to learn about that Fibonacci sequence, how the plants grow.
Okay.
So that showed me how we're to manifest as people. Because if the plants can manifest 3 at a time and continue to manifest, continue, how come we can't? So that's and then also with the herbalism I learned as far as the digestive system. You guys heard about like from 1 to 12. 1 it starts with your esophagus, and I think 6 o'clock is when those toxins get into your muscles. That's when we become addicted. That's that addicted area. And then 8 give me, let me see. 8, I think 9 is the spine when those toxins go into the spine. The 10 is like your endocrine. 11 is something other than 12 is actually death. If we don't from 1 to 12, if we don't remove those toxins, and we have all of these steps to remove the toxins, if we don't remove them by that 12 o'clock hour, that's when the transition will occur. Okay. So I don't know a lot about herbalism. I just find it so fascinating.
All right, that's all good. That's good. As much as you can, that's good. All right, go ahead and give us some more.
She needs to stop it. Franco, hold on. She needs to behave herself and stop it. Because you notice she keeps saying, I really don't know about, but yet still you are so eloquent in explaining. Then if you know more, what will happen? What is going to happen if you know more?
If I know, absolutely. I got you, sis. I hear you, sis.
You did well for someone. Go ahead, Franco.
Okay. We're going to ask you to do some more poetry. Some more of your poems. Okay. Yeah, take it away.
Okay. This one, let's see here. This one. Okay, I just mentioned empty. Now this one I'm working on. I just started the introduction. This one is a funky piece that I'm going to put music to. It's going to be funky. I'm a funk gal too, because I like that funk.
I love the funk too, doing the funk.
Yeah. So I did. I found the prelude to this piece I'm going to be working on. And this is called Emptied. Okay. I feel like I'm being emptied, unsure what this is about. Emptied of thought and empty of what I feel. Is this my imagination? wait a minute, is this really real? Now, my mind is not at peace, it's jittery. My soul feels vexed. Now, is it live or is it Memorex? The very foundation is crumbling. Thought it was formed of brick. Now it has the texture of straws being lifted up from me. The illusion of security. I feel, hold on to things. That's the real deal. As with ice, it's beginning to melt and thaw and thaw and thaw, grasping at straws. The sheep takes the wheat without cutting into my hand in all of this. I don't know how or where I stand. Stand in this life, I stand where? I don't know. I don't know a damn thing, but I do know I know a grand thing. My mind stretch and ask, what is happening? My eyes answer back, don't you know you're being emptied? I want to cry, but why? My mind wanders, is over here? Is it over there? My heart beats with the rhythm. This is the beginning of the rest, the best of your life. Inside where my ego reside, of what I thought was the who of me inside. It's being replaced by traces of the true of me. I feel like I'm being emptied. How do I release and just let it be? I want to cry, and now I realize why. Because I'm afraid. I'm afraid of what I want, to crawl into a ball, but there's another side of me that whispers the ball is not your destiny. It is to stand and reveal the spirit, the creator is alive and real, and feel it within. It seems like I'm floating. It seems like I'm floating on air. The very foundation is crumbling. Wasn't it formed of brick? I feel tricked. It resembles the texture of straw, the illusion of security. Hold on to things. Don't you know that's the real deal? And as with ice, it begins to melt and thaw. And in all of this, I reminisce. I see the shadow, fullness of what I thought complete. My mind search and ask, what is happening? My eyes answer me back. You know, girl, you're being emptied. It begins, I feel like I'm being emptied. I cry because I feel my mind is still with the spirit of the active within. My mind is at peace and jittery. My soul no longer feels vexed. No, this ain't no Memorex. This is live, and I know I'm being healed. I'm living my life like it's golden. Living my life like it's golden, because it is. I'm living my life like it's golden, inside out. Yes, from the windows of my soul, my eyes say to me, I know I'm being healed. So, if you're feeling confused and just don't know what to do, your mind search and ask, what is happening to me on the inside? Look deep, and I mean deep, into your eyes, and the windows of your soul will answer, you know. You know. Spirit flows through the soul, soul whispers to the heart sings to the mind, body does the dance to the rhythm, the harmony and melody. And when your soul answers, listen, you ain't gonna hear it from the outside. You gotta hear it from within. So going back to mastery, it begins the moment we realize the need to be emptied.
There you go, Francine. You hear the clap this time, Francine? The crowd going wild.
But I have a question for you. Can you remember what Franco had said earlier? He knows nothing about poetry. You remember hearing that?
Where you driving? Where you driving at now?
What happened to him after you have spoken?
Okay,
She's saying that.
Do you realize
earlier
what has happened after you have finished spoken, saying your piece?
Okay, repeat what she said, because it's coming out in and out for me.
She said it's coming in and out for her. She's saying that earlier I said that I know nothing about poetry. So she said if you can look at my face and realize how I feel when you finish saying your piece.
Oh, absolutely. He was smiling all over the place.
Okay. No, well, you see, she said, I'm thinking while she was saying it, doing the funk, I'm putting a funk beat to it. And that's why I had the smile on my face, because so many different tunes was running in my head. And I was saying, can you imagine? Yeah, and I said, can you imagine hearing it with the funk rhythm behind it? You know?
Yeah.
So that's why I have the smile. Yeah, that's why I have the
energy. And whether you realize it or not, that because music is just the audio of mathematics, just like words. So it's all one. Getting back into that metaphysics, it's all one. So while you're hearing the music, your subconscious is picking up them words, because you wouldn't be hearing the music if you weren't picking up the words. Because I could have been saying something that was sad, and you would be, I'm feeling so you were feeling the word.
Yeah. So you say you want to put that's a funk beat or a funk piece.
Yeah, it is.
You have any idea what funk music rhythm you have in mind yet?
I
something
do,
slow.
I've been playing on shoot. I wish I could have it in my mind, because I have it on my keyboard. It's called I have it written down, not on here, on my other music. It's because I have like 2,000 instruments. It's called trap. It's trap number 4, and that, I mean, that beat is so funky, and it has 7 different layers of instruments. And then what I'm doing, I'm using D minor.
Okay.
So I'm playing. Yeah, so bulk of it is that funk, and then in the interim, I'm adding the D minor chord.
Wicked. That should be good.
Yeah.
Whenever you put it to.
I am lost.
We didn't get that much.
With the musical talking, I am lost.
Oh, she's lost with the musical talking.
No, I was saying.
You know, it's not that I don't love poems, or I'm not a lover of poetry. I wasn't involved in it at an early age, and just see, like a year ago, I'm starting to really, grasp it. So that's my problem. But I'm grasping it in style, and with grace. I really, love it. Because I really love the instrumental dub, actually dub poetry. I love dub poetry. Yeah. Put it that way. I love dub poetry.
Right. Yeah, I think that's beautiful. I mean, I just that you're willing to give poets a corner, a chance to express. I think that's absolutely beautiful. Just the way the two that I read, I mean, because I look at people, I like to, my thing is I want to touch. So I'm looking at people to connect, to see what their expressions are. And I'd say to me, you seem like you like poetry.
I'm grasping it as we go along. As we go along.
Yeah.
So you got more for us? You have more for us?
Oh, sure.
It's your time to shine,
Oh, okay, sure. Okay.
Yeah, so go ahead and shine on.
Okay, this one is Looking Glass. Okay. This one, okay. What does it say without speaking? It's all in a memory, and I can see it in today. It's decorated with the intricacies in the mask. It's me I see as I stare in the looking glass. The promise of tomorrow sparkles in the center of my eye. These lips with the curve of a smile reflecting on pangs gone by. These ears that heard what should not have been heard. What more do I see as I look in the glass? Do I actually examine, or do I look away? Do I see courage or do I see fear? Okay, what is truly happening here? Now, showing the true of me, I analyze each side, using my hand as a compass to take a look at the dimensions of me inside. One side, love, praise God, the other, empty of hate, yet can lunge like a lion as words from within, cutting to the core, a force to be reckoned with at the summit of tolerance, deciding there'll be bullshit no more. The promise of tomorrow sparkles in the center of my eye. Those lips with the curve of a smile reflecting on pains gone by. At my age, in this stage of life, am I beauty? Is that what I see? Do I embrace the drawing of wisdom, understanding that outlines the past mystical and mystery? I know.
That's it?
What I see. It's decorated with the intricacies of the mask. What do you see as you stare in the looking glass? Thank
you. Yes, Francine, your time now. She cracking up over there. So, Anita, there's a question I'm going to ask you, right? What have you learned during this time, during the pandemic? What have you learned? I mean, some people say, it's, we know it's a pandemic that takes so many lives, shattered so many people's dreams, hopes. But for those who have been able to hold on, some people say, hey, it changed them life forever. They're not going to be thinking the same way they usually think. And I know, as one friend of mine who's now at the deceased, he said, him say, Franco, before he died, he said, Franco, if I don't learn anything from this COVID, trust me, I will never learn anything again. Because even though it's a pandemic, I have learned a lot. So what have you learned?
One, I've learned that this earth, I understand the sadness and the heartbreak of it all. I've learned that our earth needed it. I've learned that we as people have got to quit being so selfish and destroying each other and the planet. I've learned that part of me that has been my karmic debt of not being enough, I've learned to embrace it so that I can diminish it somewhat because it serves me to a point. I've learned that we as a people, I would always say, as the United States, Americans, we're self-absorbed. I've learned that in this pandemic, in this emergency, that consciousness is shifting. I've learned that we as a people are recognizing, yes, we are human, but now we're tapping into that divinity and we are showing love towards each other. So I've learned, and I'm still learning, that there are so many of us who have just been afraid and used it as arrogance. You displayed it as so many things, meaning insecurity. And then once we actually embrace those and let people, hey, yeah, I'm scared too, sis. I'm scared too, brother. I've learned that people are saying, oh, me too. Okay, come on, let's do this together. I've learned that this thing about sisters scratching cat fights and all this, because sisters don't get along, I've learned that is absolutely nonsense, because we are a sister love circle. We are, no matter the race, creed, color, or anything like that. Basically, I've learned that we are beautiful people. Mm-hmm. This is a beautiful world. This is a beautiful earth. And we need each other. And it's time for us to recognize that and just be on about the business of loving each other. I've learned that whatever your religion, whatever you believe, if it serves you, if it works for you, if it's good for you, right on. I've learned to embrace more than just what I was brought up with. This COVID has gotten me to reach in, and I've learned so much about myself and my connection with you and with Francine and Flavius and others, that we are one. You are my brother. Mm-hmm. You are my sister. And with that, I feel full, I feel loved, and I feel loved.
Oh man!
So I've learned that we are a people of one.
Man,
wherever we are.
You sound like a philosopher this morning. You know. No, just listening to what you're saying, because there's a lot of people who's gonna, after this is past, still won't learn anything.
I know.
A lot still won't learn anything. You know, and as I said, you know, the poets are the ones right now who are the consciousness, you know, of the people. Back in the days when I used to grow up in the 70s, I remember when I was listening to reggae music, and it was the artists were really expressing the soul of the people, you know, the minds of the people in their songs, you know, and it used to hit the political system so hard that some of those songs, they banned some of them, you know, oh, what a rat race and things like that, you know. Right. So this pandemic is like, it's nothing like the 70s, but it give us some thinking thoughts. People put on the thinking cap, and I would say don't think no more, because if you listen carefully, you will hear. So we don't need to think no more. All we have to do is listen to everybody, and listen carefully, and we will hear.
Absolutely. You know? Absolutely. Oh, thank you so much for that. Absolutely.
I can see how emotional you get when you're speaking about the lessons that you have learned. And one of the things I've learned as well is some things that we thought we could not live without, some things that we thought if we didn't have them, then our lives would never be comfortable enough. And during this pandemic, we have been without so many things that were just added wants. They were never needs. And we are alive, and I think that's more important now, to appreciate life, accept the fact that even though the pandemic is on, we are still alive, because so many have lost their lives, so many have passed and gone. Persons who you didn't even expect to drop out, you know, they have lost their lives, and it leaves you to wonder. And it whether or not you want to believe it, it gives you. So that's the part I would think about, Franco. That part, what if you contract it? Will you be healthy enough to sustain it? You know, will you be able to come out of it victoriously? You know, so things like those run through your mind. But whatever it is, you ought to make sure that you did not leave a negative trail behind. You know, put a positive word out. Do something positive, because you're now given a second chance. You are given a second chance to do positive things. So don't use the time carelessly in trying to seek revenge from somebody else or with someone. Use it wisely and be that beam, a positive light that can shine in today's society. I really appreciate you coming today, honestly.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
I hadn't even thought about what to do with what we're able to do without. Thank you for that.
And before Flavia, sit there. Before we close, I would like you to give us one more.
Yes.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. This one is Destiny Revive. Okay. Tap into you and touch on trust. Believe in you and in your prosperity. Believe in yourself and the skill of your efficacy. Now, to doubt what you can do is truly being out of touch with reality. Now, yes, there are going to be some that'll say it just ain't true, that you cannot and should not. Is what believe in you. Pay that no attention. Here, let me mention, believe in your wealth. That's including peace, love, courage, prosperous good health, soul, beautiful, miracle you. Express in states of happiness. We all have dreams, yet that's what life, our love, imagination, faith, expression, that's what our life is made of. So believe in you and in your dream, your prosperity. Now, it doesn't matter how impossible it is, you may be told. One thing for sure, it will not be seen if you don't elevate that self-esteem. Raise appreciation in the skill of your hands and head, instead visiting or staying stuck on doubt and dread. Dream on, so beautiful, don't hesitate. Have courage, touch on trust. Faith will see you through. Expand the inside of your hope, your scope, your vision, and believe. See, believe prosperity always and in all ways is well within your reach. You just got to greet and meet it where it resides. And without question, see, that's the miracle of you inside. And while you're at it, touch on the creative within you. Believe how you want it, how you need it is. That is your life's reality. See, you will touch stars, beautiful, if you'd only go beyond the norm. See, you got to embrace within the depths of your soul greatest miracle in the world. Your dream, living in prosperity, is the lesson to learn. The session in life represents the journey, the destination, the reason you were born. Now, it doesn't matter if it looks like the valley or the bottom of the sea. You just got to touch on trust. Tap into you and believe. Believe within, and whether or not it's clear to you, the when, the inheritance, the right to abundance is yours. See, the source, substance, supply, and support, the divine is within you. Laced by your heart, embraced by your soul, lined with the attributes of the divine, patiently waiting to contribute through you to give to humankind. You are the greatest, soul beautiful, both he and she of the world, with ideas placed in your mind. That's 'cause you are the masterpiece. You are the great creator's design. Touch on that trust and tap into you. Thank you.
Well, this one is a bombshell.
Yeah, as of today, I can safely say I am the masterpiece. That's right.
Yes. Oh, you guys are oh, thank you. You guys, I just love you. You just embraced me. I just feel your energy. Thank you so much. You guys are so welcoming, and wow. It
is the real stuff. It is the real stuff. So we have to give you it real, you know. So
it sure is.
On behalf of the booking crew, Courtney and company, Flavius, Francine, Max, Juanette, and myself, I'd like to thank you for taking time out this morning of your busy schedule and for spending some time with us this morning. We're going to ask you to come forward again. So we're going to ask you to come forward again. So
it would be my honor.
Yeah. So you have a pleasant day and take care of yourself and your loved ones. All right.
Thank you. You all do the same. Blessings, peace,
I'm going to eat them up. I'm going to eat them up. Huh?
Keep that smile. Keep that smile and continue to do good, okay?
Thank you. Thank you, beautiful sister. Thank you. You too. Thank you so much. God bless you all.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, so we're going to play this track from Anita again. One more time.
Pull it up.
Dipping into my mind is like going through my purse. Should you accept my universe? Let me say this first. Dipping into my mind is like going through my purse. Now there's nothing in there I wanna hide, and you can bet your bottom dollar there ain't nothing in there that's gonna hurt. Now there are places and spaces filled to the brim. There is no drama. Now let me say this, I do carry an array of colors to place on my lips. And there's a pack or two of sweetness that's gone straight to my hips. I have books, paper, pens, and key rings, family pictures, phone numbers, grandbabies, toys, and things. I have books, paper, pens, and key rings, vitamins for health, and a space for wealth. Ooh, I got a lot going on inside, and I keep it all organized. A compartment known only to a few. Yeah, God's will, I'll share it with you. So before you leap, think, cause I got a lot going on inside. And I keep it all organized. Yeah. Should you accept my universe? Let me say this first. Dipping into my mind is like going through my purse. Dipping into my mind is like going through my purse. So think before you leap, cause dipping into my mind is like going through my purse. You might find you don't have enough for me. But be sure, you ain't nothing personal.
Okay, ladies, queens, you want to help me close out this morning? How would you like to help me close out this morning?
You guys are awesome. That's how I'm close. You guys are absolutely awesome.
Okay, look, we're going to close out this morning. I don't know if Flavius is there, but I've been trying to get Flavius. So I'm going to give each of you 30 seconds to close out. Help me close out this morning. So I'm going to start first with Anita. You go first.
Okay, I just want to say thank you so much. I've had a fabulous, absolutely fantastic time. I love you guys' energy, and I I'm just so honored to be here, and all of you who are listening. You know, the journey in self-recovery is absolutely beautiful. And I know you know, I hope you know when you look inside that mirror, hope you know so are you. All you got to do is just touch on that trust and tap into you. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I just thank you. I'm just the little girl in me is just thank you.
Busting out like you in a candy store.
Yes.
Francine, you next, Francine.
Tapping in my mind is like going through my purse. That's a whole lot of stuff. The real stuff it is. We just want to thank you so much once again. This morning has been excellent. We have learned so much from each other, and we do hope to have you once again. I'm pretty sure our viewers are enjoying every moment of it. You have added a bit of spice to our poetry corner, and for that we are forever grateful. We thank you so much. Thank you very much for coming.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You guys just made my day. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
Bye-bye.
And so we leave. Okay. Remember, you know, that prayer do changes things regardless of what religion you belong to. You must pray. Continue to pray. So have yourself a wonderful weekend, and make sure whatever you do it with respect, and respect the next man's space as well. So I'm gonna ask Queen Lubafu in the Garifuna language to take us out, along with Tafina to take with myself.
You lead us to Fula. You belong far away away. Ajugwala Lebobu Seru. Lida Mua, Lida Sungfula. Lida Mua, Lida Sungfula.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
All you gotta do is just speak. One word is enough, and I'm no longer so rough. I forget what I was trying to say.
Well, unfortunately, this is it. Till next time. Bless.
But you're no good for me. That's why me know I said me if it could flee. Me I fi take away me say. Me I